Previously.
Technically, I'm gay.
Nice! I had a friend edit that, so hopefully it was pretty cool. That was a joke. I don't have friends. Anywho, back to your regularly scheduled self-inflicted torture. Enjoy!
I swear I won't completely kill.
Oh, I'm sorry, what were you saying? Something about killing me, right? Anyways, I then talked to this guy, half because he was pretty nice, and the other half because I'm not allowed to break his windpipe this run, so I was kinda forced to make a deal with him. I then tried watching this cowboy movie, but by the 12th loop, I could tell that the plot wasn't going anywhere. Moving on, I then ran into another sentient car, which had a glitched personality. Fine, but the actual AI was also glitched. It's so painfully ironic, but not the good kind of pain, the annoying kind. What did I mean by good kind of pain? No, that was just a throwaway line. I didn't mean that. We then were finally promised to get rid of Johnny, and all we had to do was take a bath. I was a little hesitant because last time I woke up in an ice bath, I had a stitch on my stomach and was 160 grams lighter, but regardless, we had to do it. We then got to play as Johnny, and needless to say, I started to freak. Things started off well though, as I performed on stage and shot someone. We do have to push our bandmate, so that could kinda count as an attack, but the only thing really getting attacked here is my eyes. Jesus Christ, the jump cuts here are insane. I haven't tried two-player fiddling and diddling yet, but when it eventually, hopefully happens, I don't expect to black out every 2 seconds. We then got into a fight because of course we're playing as Johnny, and this part broke me. Not because of the difficulty or anything, but rather, well, let me explain. The game gave me 3 options for main quests. So when I got here, my first thought was, oh my god, I picked the wrong storyline. The other 2 quests might let me skip over Johnny. So I did some multitasking. Half my brain cells screamed while looking to see if I had any bleach, and the other half did some research on how quests work in this game. But after calming down, I finally got an answer. Yeah, it was in the cabinet under the sink. Oh, right, yeah, and this fight is just inevitable. So yeah, this whole section is filled with popping heads like balloons, so add one to the counter. So we then had to fight at a nightclub, and it was what you'd expect. You know, I've heard of bouncers before, but you're next level. Hey, man, I know we're at a club, but now's not the time. Still, I'd give those moves a solid 9 out of 10 bullet holes in my stomach. Man, this elevator is taking a while, huh? Oh, silly me, forgot to press the button. My bad. We then had to break into this tower for, the 3rd time, and we found out that the person that we'd been looking for was actually living inside a machine, which means that this could have all been avoided and told to us earlier. Whatever. I gave up on being happy way before this challenge started. Anyways, we then set up another plan. This time it involved killing me, finally something I can get invested in, and we popped out of Johnny's body. And God, I've never hated being inside a man this much, and given my relationship with my uncle, that's saying something. But hey, at least we're out of the torture now, right? Right? Oh, poor past me. You are so fucked. It may have been obvious by the words coming out of my mouth, more specifically, fuck, that I ran into a boss. Yeah. So right now, this is just impossible. It takes 14 RAM to hack this guy, and I only have 10. I tried leveling up my RAM by hacking these cameras over and over and over, but just like everything else in life, this was just a pathetic delay of the inevitable. Restarting this whole entire mission, including Johnny's part, was just necessary. But the inner emo in me aside, I had thankfully saved right after beating the previous boss, so I didn't have to go back too far. And now to the grinding. I know that there are ways to get infinite XP and money, but come on, I have standards. They may be incredibly low standards, but at least they exist. I first decided to track down these crazy sentient cars because watching someone randomly flail around in pain felt strangely reminiscent. On that note, I almost couldn't finish one of the missions because I couldn't destroy these flamingos. But thankfully, just like most things, if you first don't succeed, try hitting it with your car. I then almost accidentally set this girl's hair on fire, then purposely set some other people's hair on fire, and then I made another great discovery. I can upgrade my RAM directly without leveling up. Perfect, I just need more cash. Hold it, I heard there's a robbery here. Oh, is that the wallet? Perfect, I'll be going, thanks. So after repeating this a couple of times, I finally had enough money. And oh boy, this thing costs as much as a new car. But thankfully, I can finally get back to the main mission. Come on, I called my car, whose is this? Nice! Okay, see you later. Next time don't park in my bike, dickwad. I then found out how it feels to be an owl, scratched my eyes out, and after squishing some grapes, we were finally back where we started. While getting ready for the boss, I accidentally died. Yeah, I know I talk a lot about being dead on the inside a lot, but literally being dead on the outside too is new to me. So all this build up for one boss. And yeah, it was a total pushover. I went to my basic strategy of Ring Around the Rosies, and this guy was so bad, he forgot that we were playing halfway through. I haven't seen brain damage this bad since me. I then finished up the crazy car quest, cause why not, and V temporarily forgot how to use a ladder. Can't blame them, they're tricky. So I then, merged all the disgruntled AIs into one super AI, and they gifted me their son, which is also a car. Yeah, I know, all basic stuff. And I then did some more car merging, this time on accident. Now on to main story stuff. More and more talking, and to be honest, I don't really know what I'm doing. Apparently I'm breaking into a parade and finding an engineer at the same time. Needless to say, I have a hard time just staying alive, both in real life and in game, so this was kinda tricky. Hey man, what's up? Oh, come on, not again. So yeah, I don't really know why, but I was taking care of this old guy, and my fatherly instincts kicked in. I delicately locked him in my trunk and sold him off. The apple does not fall far from the tree at all. So yeah, we had to find an engineer, and one stop quickly turned to 2, then 3, then 4. These missions get dragged on like a black person in Texas. So yeah, we had to talk to this guy, but to get there, we had to get to this girl, do some driving, meet this clan, did some more driving, fight over this car, contemplate ending it all, and finally getting what I paid 15 grand for. But thankfully, everything was eventually seen through. Except for one of them. I'm obviously still talking to you.
Shit!
No, you can't.
Excuse me? You can't tell me when I can't shit. Screw you! Okay, so the plan had one small hiccup that I haven't mentioned yet? Yeah, that. So I don't really know if shooting a pile of garbage counts as attacking, but yeah, I'll still add one to the counter.
No, that wasn't so bad, was it?
Oh, I get doing all your personal work for you, but now you're really pissing me off. Or am I not allowed to be pissed off? Like I can't shit apparently! I've been holding it in for a while now, it hurts. I then got to this section and I would have shit myself if I was allowed, but thankfully hacking also works while inside a turret. I then got worried because I thought I had to shoot this one down, but luckily I was able to solve my problems through a terminal. Speaking of terminal, this game has a terminal case of glitching the hell out. I know that may not be shocking news, but V went on a rampage with his hand out threatening to pet people. I ordered a burrito and my RAM stopped increasing, which is kind of a problem. The burrito didn't have to do with anything. I just wanted to mention that I got a burrito. Anyways, the engineer that we've done all that crap for is in this gas station. This was all well and fine, except for the fact that God was on their side. Look, I repeatedly hacked this guy and nothing happened. So I thought, hey, let's pull out the old party trick. And then this happened. Yep, the guy shot himself in the head and then continued on like nothing happened. Kinda reminds me of a certain video game launch. One thing I would like to note is that I ran into a computer while fighting that let me turn the TVs on and off, while my partner slowly turned to Swiss cheese. I am helping though. I changed every channel to just ads, so they should end up dangling from the ceiling like chandeliers in no time. I then had to punch our engineer buddy, which I'll let slide, and we have to say goodbye to our friend that helped us out. I know this is supposed to be emotional and all, but would you mind sitting in an area where I could see you? My neck is made out of cement apparently. I then smashed my keyboard randomly due to my lack of caring about anything anymore, and fun fact, that's also how I write a majority of these scripts. I know, not surprising. So yeah, that was our second quest down, and now on to the parade I mentioned earlier. Sitting down, I had to quietly beg that it would all be over soon. And interestingly, that also happens to be how I start off every morning. Anyways, I did some planning, got impaled by, thankfully, an inorganic sword, and met up with our parade buddy.
Your task is simple. To get inside.
Yeah, I've been trying to get inside for 16 years now, buddy. It's really not that simple. And surprisingly, I was right for once. Yeah, I looked at every single entrance and they all had guards. So I devised a plan. First, steal this car and lay low until all the enemies pull a mother and forget you exist. Second, use the car as a box to parkour your way into the facility. Third, fry about 30 guards before running into the mech. Yeah, I sat on this step for a little bit and a very silly thought popped into my head. Didn't one of those other entrances only have like one person guarding it? So yeah, I reloaded a previous save, fried one guard's brains, and bam, just like that the mission was practically over. Whatever. It's not like I was gonna spend that time in any other way than torturing myself, so nothing lost.
Oh no.
V, were you talking to me? Because you're right, I'm still confused on how we just died. Right, you're dead, you can't answer me. So yeah, we had to sneak here and I got some preschool flashbacks, as every single time I turned around, there always seemed to be a grown man watching me. We then got into a fight with our third netrunner, and I know what you're doing. You're bracing yourself for the epic music and intense, poorly written action, but in all honesty, this boss was kinda like my high school experience, mostly bearable until a gun was involved. Then it got a lot more fun. No. In all seriousness, this was the easiest netrunner by far. Oh, come on. Cool, you can flip. If you're gonna kick my ass, do it. Don't show off at the same time and hurt my already fragile self-esteem. Our plan went around as swimmingly as I expected. Our partner kidnapped the bad guy's sister, and we told her the truth about her father's murder. She actually believed us, which is somehow more unbelievable to me than the fact that there's a terrorist in my head, and I let Johnny take control of my body because, I don't know. What, you thought there are reasons behind my actions? The very existence of this video is my case in point. I then pulled a CD Projekt Red stock and did some driving that would make you assume that I was hired by your local wheelchair company. I then got to this, and yeah, wasn't expecting that, or anything in this game to be frank, but whatever. I tried saving, remembered about the whole entire wheelchair thing, so I had to hide out for a little bit. We then got our next plan. This last one should help get rid of the chip inside my brain. I know that was the plot of basically like all the other missions, but this time it's for real. Hopefully. The game then gave me the option to either fully become Johnny, and I'm not even gonna tell you the other option because hell no. There was the suicide option as well, and I thought it over, but that'd make for a boring video. You're not suffering when you're dead. Anyways, we then got a new hood ornament, and it was back to sneaky hacky time. It was basically nothing out of the ordinary except for this guard who couldn't be hacked, but thankfully I later found out that another enemy had been protecting them. That being said, I may or may have not accidentally killed. Yeah, I had to redo basically everything. I then killed this guy so quick that he forgot to die, and we met up with the lady that was gonna remove the chip.
No blood was spilled. This is good.
About that. Yeah, no blood, yeah, spilled. You're right. We then took a ride through a wall, and it went surprisingly smoothly. When I tried it in real life, the only thing that went smooth was my brain. We then got to this board to prove our innocence, and the big bad guy sent his guards to stop it. Bullets everywhere, people lying dead on the floor, bodies cut in half, even more bodies cut in half. Yeah, that was really popular for some reason. Look, I know someone just died while begging for their life, but... So yeah, we had to go through a little gauntlet, which I could run past thanks to my overwhelming amount of health packs. We then got to sit back as these turrets did all the work for us, and we got to the final boss fight of the game. And... I'm really sorry, but the fuckable meat guy is a total pushover. I mean, it takes 9 RAM to hack him, and I was doing 11% each hack. So yeah, this was all over before I knew it. After securing her brother, this lady fulfilled her side of the deal and we got Johnny removed. We then had to spend all of our time doing the same repetitive tests over and over until learning that the operation, while a success, didn't stop anything, and I'm going to die in a couple of months. I had the option to either upload my brain to a cloud and wait for another body, or die quietly on Earth. I know, bummer, right? But I also got to fulfill my dream to live out Eiffel 65's blue, so who's the real loser? Okay, yeah, it's me for even doing this challenge in the first place. I was then gonna make a pun about giving you blue balls and go on this massive spiel about this not being the real ending. Yeah, I was gonna go for the secret one, but after a couple of hours of trying, the game just wouldn't let me. For those of you who don't know, there's a secret ending where you can get two-shotted extremely easily, and if you die, it's roll credits. This is seen as an extreme feat even with attacking, so I was gonna try it out. The game had other ideas though, and it wouldn't let me try it no matter what I did. So if this video does particularly well or you guys want to see it, I'll redo the entire game and make a short little follow-up video around it. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you liked it, then you can like and subscribe, and as always, I'll hopefully see you next week.